We are back with Guilford County Schools Superintendent, Dr. Whitney Oakley, and we're talking about the state of Guilford County Schools and future plans. Remember, you can text the number on your screen, 336-379-5775. All right, I want to talk about this because I know the deadline is looming, and that is bus deadlines for next year.
Yes, that's right. So the deadline to sign up for a bus is May 30th. So we really want families who plan to ride the bus to sign up for the bus. It's not so helpful if you think you might need the bus. It's when you know you're going to need the bus so that we can route the students who will actually ride the bus. That'll help our bus stops be more accurate in terms of time. We have transportation fairs happening. Details are on our website tomorrow and Saturday if families have questions about how to navigate that registration process. But the sooner we know, the more accurate the information will be, and the better people can plan.
Yeah, and we always get these emails and calls like the first week of school, like, well, I didn't sign up for the bus, and so they can't get me in right now. And there is kind of a time where you have to figure out what's going on bus-wise before you can enter in new students.
That's right. I mean, I think of course we add students to routes all year long, but the sooner we know that a student plans to ride the bus, the less time it will take to get them on the route, the more accurate the routes will be, and then everyone will be calm at the beginning of the school year because they'll know what to expect.
Yeah, I just like to manage the expectation because every year we get the same complaints, and every year we're always saying the same thing of, okay, but it's not going to happen tomorrow for you.
No, we have to add, you have to add them, and it's a whole domino effect.
All right, let's talk about some of these questions that have come in. Just wondering if there are any updates on Sternberger.
Sure. So Sternberger is in the next slate of construction projects that will take place. So we will actually be talking to our board about a design contract for Sternberger. Of course, once you have a designer, it's about 2.5 years before you actually have the new school. So that process will begin as early as next week, should the board approve that contract.
Okay, and on that same line, someone's asking, are you tearing down Cone Elementary?
So Cone is on the list of rebuild projects. It's not in this next slate, so we're following the order of the master plan, which is also on the website so that people can see, stretching the dollars as far as we can. So Cone will eventually be a school we get to, but it's not in this next set.
Gotcha. Okay. Will our newly built elementary schools have metal detectors or security upgrades?
So the security upgrades really are just following research best practice, and right now that's a safety vestibule. So a parent would, and I'll kind of explain. You buzz in, and then you come into an area, and then the office sees you, asks you why you're there, and then buzzes you back in. So it's kind of like this. You do an initial entry, and then there's like a holding secure area, and then you come into the office after showing ID. And so it might take a little bit longer to get into the school, but it's certainly safer, and it's what the research says is working. So those new schools will have safety vestibules. We're also putting them in at old schools too, so that it's not just a open door, that we know who people are before they enter the building. We find out the purpose, the who of the visit before letting them actually into the school building.
Okay, so not metal detectors in elementary schools, but the vestibules.
That's right, the safety vestibule.